Hello and welcome to Evolve Pipedrive podcast, where we talk all things Pipedrive, sales, apps, and Pipedrive Marketplace. My name is Bruce Bignell. I'm Sales Director here at Evolve, and today it's my great pleasure to be joined by Erman Ergun, the Channel Marketing Manager at Jotform. Jotform is a fully featured online form builder that makes it super easy to create forms and collect important data. Now, I'm really looking forward to this conversation with Erman today for a couple of reasons. One, because Erman is a marketing and operations expert. Having studied electrical and electronics engineering, he's great at thinking logically through processes and overlaying marketeers' toolkit to B2B problems. And two, because Jotform is on the Pipedrive Marketplace, ready for you to try out, and we'll have links in the description below. So, Erman, thank you very much. Nice to see you. Please, can you introduce yourself and Jotform to our audience, please?
That was a wonderful introduction. Thank you so much for that, Bruce. I wasn't expecting that to be that wonderful. So I'm really glad to be here with you today. A little bit about Jotform. Again, as you mentioned, we're an online form builder, but I personally believe that we're much more than that. I mean, we were maybe just an online form builder 4 years ago, but now we are an all-around solution for any type of business that are first of all looking to get rid of paper. That's
Mm.
that's a big thing. I mean, we all that simple. Like automation and getting rid of paper is really looked maybe over most of the time, but yeah, that's basically what we do. We ease the day-to-day process, sometimes even more, for any type of business, mostly B2B, what we're looking for, but we have customers from all over the place, all over the world, all over, like, we are industry agnostic. Anybody would want to collect leads, right? Everybody would like to collect data. So as long as you have a functioning computer, you're good to go with Jotform.
I like a functioning computer is
Yes,
the
it
asterisk
has
there,
to be
right?
functioning.
Um,
Otherwise, Jotform is not like we cannot be
no,
responsible for it.
we can't help everyone. Sometimes you have to. There are stages to where we have to help you. Okay, that's great, right? So, I think I uh, told you about this before, but a lot of our listeners are already on Pipedrive or they're considering the CRM switch. So, I think whatever we come up with today, it'd be really good for you to obviously just go a little bit. We'll dive a little bit deeper into that Jotform, the platform, and things like this. So, obviously, you said it's changed a lot in the last 4 years, right? So, what has changed in those 4 years? We might touch upon the COVID piece, but what has
Yeah,
changed, and what does the current Jotform team look like now?
sounds really good question. So actually, Jotform was founded in 2006, all the
Wow.
way back then. But since we are a bootstrapped company, our founder Aytekin Tang never took any venture money or anything. Just slowly but surely built up Jotform all the way from back then. So when I first started with Jotform in 2018, we were around 3.5 million users, something like that.
Hmm.
Still was really impressive and big, and still was really a highly functioning SaaS tool uh, for people to collect data and everything in a good way, easy way, fast way. Anybody can build a online form, drag and drop. But after that, the big like we started growing more like rapidly, and then we came up with we started listening our we have always been listening to our users, but now we took action uh, for those feedbacks of theirs. And then we started launching sub products of Jotform, such as PDF editor, Jotform tables, Jotform approvals, our mobile form version, our mobile app builder. A lot of sub products that goes really well hand to hand with Jotform and makes it an all around solution for businesses. So they do not need to go out and look for different type of solutions. They can handle everything just with Jotform. So once that happened, uh, also, a lot of people were asking about those, so they were happy, and also newcomers were more relaxed, and they were easy. It was way more easier, and it's fulfilling to use Jotform, I guess. And some people, like, I'm reading some tweets now and again, saying that Jotform is my life, and maybe it's a little extreme, but I get the feeling because most of the businesses are relying heavily on Jotform nowadays because of its many different aspects of services, not only
Hmm.
form building. But obviously, we are a form builder at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
that's our main logic, and we are focusing on that. We're not trying to spread ourselves too thin. We are trying to improve ourselves all the time. Getting rid of bugs, making our product better, because that's the important thing too. You can come up with many different sub products, but if your main product is not that good, it's not going to be good at the end of the day. But
Yeah,
so far,
which kind of leads me to a question like on that team development. Have you seen an increase or over investment now in the delivery side, or like on the technical team? Is this all in house? Are you outsourcing this? How's that team?
we are all in house. So we
Yeah.
have our employee number grew incredibly too. Uh, Even when I was there, the number was pretty decent. And now we have functioning teams. Like each team, we have product teams, we have growth teams, we have a marketing team in US, San Francisco, and all people are working. And we have support members all around the world because in order to cover the time zones and everything.
Hmm.
So the product teams, each product team is working on a different product and making a great job with it. And the marketing team is trying to come up with the best way to show our new products to the world. Like is show Jotform to the world. Our growth team is constantly working on coming up with new campaigns, trying to increase the user experience, like make it better. Also deal with any type of product related. Like what can we do to reach to a larger audience, like
Yeah.
as it sounds like that we're growth. I'm a part of the growth team.
Yeah.
I was always been a part of the growth team, and it's really good. It's a big challenge. We have huge challenges over the time we had, and it's good. It's a great feeling to see your actions actually matter and see the results of your actions and keep Jotform growing. And but always being cautious about like, not trying to go out there too much. But I'm pretty happy with the way, like my experience wise, it has been wonderful for me because I've been with a lot of different aspects of the marketing team,
Hmm.
and I think it's invaluable. Definitely, I will not be able to, because marketing, when it comes to marketing, it's not better. Like it has to be practical.
Yeah.
Theoretically, you can learn so much, but when it comes to real world, it's always changing. As you mentioned, the pandemic and everything, which also leads me to say that we are really big on the healthcare industry too. And during this pandemic period, we try to do our best to help out to those guys and created specific toolkits, templates for them. And we started this Corona Responder program that we did not charge anything from those guys. Normally, our HIPAA compliance was under a silver package. HIPAA
Okay.
compliance meaning for US customers, they have to be, if they're dealing with sensitive health information, they have to be HIPAA compliant and they have to use HIPAA compliance tools and products. So we offer that. That's a big aspect of Jotform. And the past 2 years, uh, I believe a lot of people chose Jotform because of how great it was when it comes to healthcare related uh, services. Generally, I
Mm.
want to say not only hospitals, not only doctors, but anybody from the healthcare sector. COVID testing, we have been big. Yeah.
Yeah, and you touched upon it earlier. Obviously, you mentioned the states there, not just from customers, but from the team being in. Is it San Diego? Did you say or
It was actually San Francisco.
San Francisco? I
Yeah.
don't know why I said San Diego. Maybe I was thinking about
I
Anchorman.
lived in San Diego for
Um,
3 years. Maybe that's
um, but this is a global company, right? So and obviously you're in Turkey in
yes.
um,
Yep.
but
Let
yeah,
me
you're servicing all over the planet now.
Yes, we are, like we have always been, even when first we started with the SF office and the Ankara office. Ankara is the capital of Turkey. So we started with two offices, and then but we were still serving the entire globe because it's
Mm.
a like online tool. Anybody can create an account from anywhere, and we have been going really strong with localizations, translations, and everything. It has been going great, and now we have offices in San Francisco, London, Sydney, Ankara, the capital. Izmir is a great city in the west coast of Turkey, and also we now are opening our new office in Istanbul. Probably you heard of, yeah,
Very
that.
cool. Yeah, I saw you hiring.
Yes, we
Um,
are hiring in the Istanbul office, and it's great to be a part of that. I'm looking like I'm really curious about how that office is going to turn out to be because it seemed amazing in the renderings and everything in the photos.
yeah.
And Istanbul is a very fast-paced city.
Mhm.
I know for a fact that anybody who's looking for a challenge, I don't know anybody from your listeners, maybe uh,
Yeah, definitely check it out. I would we can put the links in the description if you need it. It might be slightly out of date by then, um, but yeah, I mean that's quite interesting, right? So from again, you also said something before about the kind of taking away paper from the office or
yeah,
taking paper out of from a
yes.
business um, uh, from their day to day. Has COVID did that accelerate any trends that you guys were already standing on, and what has that meant for you guys moving forward? From like an ideal customer profile standpoint, are you? What does that mean? So if you're trying to digitize an office space
Mm,
that
mm.
use less paper, what trends have you seen, and what does that mean from the kind of the customers that you're trying to find? Are they using a system like this at all, or is this a brand new? Like, what would be the first step, or how would you?
Well, a great question. So, like, it definitely showed us the trend. I mean, COVID generally, this pandemic showed the world that we need to go digitize because it's possible, right? Everybody can work from home, and like, you don't have to go to a certain place to do something. I think a humankind, I mean, just out of the blue, realized this. And it was always at the back of our heads, like the world was digitizing super fast. But although it was a terrible situation, it sucked. It was so terrible, but still maybe it gave people to a view of how things day-to-day work can be done using tools, online tools, and
Yeah, I
it's
think
still
I
beneficial.
think it accelerated the digitalization trend, right? So that's I think that's why it's quite interesting about you said about removing paper from these
Yes.
offices and
I mean that was our go paperless was our motto. I mean, since being like forms, when you see some forms to anybody, they will ultimately be like they in the line in the DMV filling out
yeah,
forms, or like waiting in the hospital, filling out forms. Again, always that clipboard, that pen that doesn't write, that doesn't have any ink or whatever. It's always like a terrible process. Like when forms are always associated with negative thoughts in
mm,
people's heads, but that's why we're trying to make that easier because and they are here to stay. They're not going away. Like it's a great way to collect information before you to make things more efficient and increase the productivity of your organization. So uh, that's how Jotform comes in play. It gives both the user and the company a great way to collect and also share information without having to go through all that negative, things in the pen and paper. Going into the office, they can fill it out before visiting. For instance, a patient can fill out the necessary information that the doctor needs before going in.
yeah,
So maybe he or she does not need to go in at all. So it can be determined by that. Isn't
yeah,
that, for instance, very annoying to go there and see that, come back later or did not have to come. So
yeah.
this digitization process definitely helps out. And Jotform, again, helps out really big. And this past 2 years, we saw that trend. The medical sector,
Were there specific industries that have really lent in on it? So obviously healthcare, mm,
yeah,
yeah, you
governmental
touched
organizations, governmental
governmental,
organizations, right?
and
Education, higher education, universities, colleges, also e-commerce, online payment type of things, restaurants.
yeah,
They weren't able to get anybody seated, so they started the delivery, and
yeah,
the Java made it possible. You can list all your goods and services. You can add an online payment option right there. You get a
yeah.
new submission, new order, just got the money and prepare it and serve it to them to go. Before that,
And
we're also helping out the summer camps, photographers. I mean, industry agnostic, as I said.
yeah,
Anybody.
I was going to say that, and it probably fast forwarded some other industries that typically would have been very paper based, so like construction or real estate, you can now capture that data much
Yes,
earlier.
mobile forms, for instance, is huge when it comes to field workers because they are sometimes working in offline conditions, which mobile forms allows them to still be able to collect information even without any internet connection, which then gets synced up when they're again at a place that can get they which in which they can get a service. So you name the industry, I'll give you the feature. So
Yeah.
it's always like that. It's always like that. Again, but paperless. I like the word paperless. Uh, Pretty straightforward, very basic, but gets the message across.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
So what would you say is that obviously that was a motto for the business for such a long time, but is that a deciding factor when it comes to why people choose Jotform, or is there something else that's probably a stronger pull why people make that switch to digitizing it?
Yes. Again, a great question. So, as I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of sub products, and it's like a complete solution. That's why people go for Jotform too. Not having to pay different solutions, a subscription fee. They
Yeah,
can handle it if they can. They can handle it with Jotform. Also, we are huge when it comes to our templates galleries. People who are looking to like maybe they do not know what to do that well, and Jotform is here to help. With over 10,000 templates, with every like many different industries and job types, use cases. It's right there for your using. Again, medical sector, our HIPAA compliance is great, and we have proved ourselves while working with many different hospitals, many different doctors, healthcare professionals. Jotform proved itself, so that's really good, great because it's not a joke. Healthcare is no joke, and you have to be sure when you're using a tool. So people are coming to us day after day because of those aspects, but obviously those are just the ones that are like standing out. Uh,
yeah,
as a tool, people trust a tool that is being used by more than 16 million users.
yeah.
People
Which is
trust.
crazy to think, right? So 16 million users. I mean, that's some journey in and of itself to be,
Yes,
bootstrapped from the beginning. I love those stories.
and I saw it when it was 3 million. So
Yeah,
imagine me, going through this
yeah.
ride. It's been wonderful.
So what? So let's not get too doughy-eyed and look back. What does the future look like now, right? So whether that's from a platform standpoint, whether that's from a team expanding, obviously, the Istanbul office is big,
Yes.
and there's
Yeah.
nothing quite like the in-person collaboration of having an office. So
Exactly.
obviously, what are the plans for the business there?
Actually, Jotforms again, we are always like we care about our users, what our users say a lot. So if they are looking for like if there's enough people that saying I want this feature, I want to be able to do this and that with Jotform, we make that happen. We create a like if it's viable, if it's feasible, we want to come up with a new product
Yeah.
that will better their day and ease their process. But generally, right now we are more focused on again bettering our product, existing product, but obviously never stopping the improvements. Lastly, very lastly, we created this Jotform mobile app builder. So it's a web app building tool that anybody can create an app. It's easy. It's again using the same Jotform account,
Hmm.
it was a big hit on the. We always launch our products on Product Hunt. I don't know if you're familiar with. Yeah, we're big on Product Hunt. We love getting to hear what people are saying. We recently won the Golden Kitty Awards for that, so we were really happy about that. So again, Jotform expansion is still going. We are
Hmm.
hiring. Always, we love new talent. We love people to who will work really nice with us with a great culture fit and everything. Our United States offices are hiring. We are also hiring in when it comes to salespeople, BDMs for our Jotform Enterprise Plan. Jotform Enterprise Plan is a plan that you can use Jotform with multiple users, and it comes with many different features such as white labeling, dedicated server. It's designed for large corporations and companies like Red Bull, Disney are using it,
Nice.
using Jotform for their companies. So, when it comes to that portion of the things, we are going out there, and selling that with a custom pricing to those guys. It's really powerful, very powerful.
That's great. I mean, what does that then mean for, obviously you've so much development team coming into this and so much focus around the app and other things like this. What does that mean to for integrations like with Pipedrive? So how do the two systems work there?
Yeah. So we are always like, I love it. I love the term integration, and I love it when it comes to SaaS products because it opens up doors to a lot of new possibilities. Like it makes like the tool a super tool. Like tool on steroids, whatever you want to call it. Because once it's connected, if that tool isn't capable of doing that, whatever that the other tool does, it gives a way to create an automation for your business. Again, as I mentioned with Jotform, obviously, if there's a CRM tool who's doing really good, such as Pipedrive, we would want to integrate with that tool because it will benefit us, and also the
Hmm.
Pipedrive users. It will, like, it's a puzzle piece, which with every piece you get a better look at the complete picture. So we are always looking for new integration partners, always, because obviously they need to be a good fit with us and everything.
Hmm.
There has to be a certain demand from our side, our users side. And with Pipedrive, it has been quite a while. Again, I believe more than 2 years or something, before COVID.
Yeah.
Uh, and it has been going strong since then. A lot of users are using Pipedrive and as a CRM integration, but we are always open. Like we have teams who are looking solely for integrations, and we have another team who is looking solely for payment integrations. So we
Yeah.
love integrations. Because it makes our users experience better. So yeah, we can expect more and more integrations, and we announce them most of the time in our newsletters. So
Oh,
once you
cool.
create an account with Jotform, you will start receiving those newsletters monthly. And if there's something new, a new product, a new integration, or whatever, uh, we announce it through our newsletter. And also, you can find an article about it in our blog, which has links for more detailed information on how to use it. Also, our YouTube channel is big for that. Tutorials and videos and recaps. Those are the ways to get a hold of those.
We touched upon your development team growing, your sales team growing. It sounds like your marketing team's growing as well in terms of what they're able to put out, which is great.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, and just on the integration between the two systems, so this is a native integration,
Yeah.
and obviously you can have
That's
event triggers or collect data from your forms, and then would that then automatically update in Pipedrive? How's that working?
It's basically instantly syncing new contacts, deals, or straight to the sales pipeline in the
Mm.
Pipedrive version. So it's really, really like start set up the integration and forget about it. It's that
Yeah,
simple. Since it's a direct integration, it's a native integration. It's more reliable than, for instance, Zapier integration or Integromat
yeah,
integration. Also, they're great as well. They allow those
yeah,
tools that allow people to connect different tools. I don't want to be anti Zapier or something, but
yeah,
obviously direct integrations are better. But it takes more manpower and everything. It takes more time for my integration team, day-to-day work, so it's not that frequent. So companies who want to do integration, start an integration with us, we mostly, if they're not like up there, or if our backlog is too full, we share them our API documentation, and if they can do it, well, we are
brilliant.
more than happy to let them create the integration. But with Pipedrive, it's a direct integration that has been set up over 2 years ago, proved itself. People can use it very easily and safely, whatever form you connect it to, lead gen form, any other thing you want to see it on your CRM tool, and the portion that you want to see it also, that doesn't transfer everything. You can
Yeah,
customize it, and it syncs automatically once you receive a new submission. It's there, right there in your CRM tool, and also it gives you a better filtering option when it comes to your CRM tool. So because you get all these different form elements, all these different fields that you can group and filter while you trying to finalize deals. Maybe you'll pay more attention to more solid leads, and maybe you like go after the weaker ones later on or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really important to um, if you collect the data early, plug it into your CRM. It's then that's always with the business then, and it allows you at a later stage to yes do those filtering options for call lists
Mm.
or whatever it might be. Yeah, so we'll make sure we get our demo integration piece in the links description below,
Yes,
so people can see how the two systems do work there. Um,
sounds perfect.
but yeah, I mean that's great. So uh, before we kind of look to wrap this up before the final couple of questions, a little bit about you, right? So obviously you came from that engineering background
Yeah.
into marketing with the kind of operations, I guess
Yep.
mindset. But what is the journey to being a channel marketing manager at a fast
Yeah.
growth company like Jotform? What's that been like?
Yeah. My journey is not like a. It has been there. There has been a strong turn
Yeah.
in the good way. So yeah, I graduated from a university called Bilkent in Turkey from the electrical engineering department. Uh, so it was pretty good as well, that one. But I mean, the workload was intense, definitely. And the internship that I got during my time as an electrical engineer, I'm still an electrical engineer, but
Of
I'm
course,
ashamed
yeah.
to call myself that.
Once an electrical engineer, always an
Always,
electrical engineer.
but still, I'm ashamed to call myself that because I know how great works that my colleagues do all the
Mhm.
time. But don't get me wrong, I love marketing as well. I got it. Actually, I found out this way. I got my MBA from San Diego State University right after I graduated from electrical engineering because I thought that I gotta do something different. And what can I do without risking and losing everything that I built up so far? And that was a good fit,
Yeah.
good segue. And then I met a lot of people. I got to work in the United States for a while. And as you know, in MBA, you get a lot of different lessons. Finance, accounting, marketing. Marketing really struck a chord with me, and also my personality and everything was good. It was a good fit with those guys, and I wanted to move forward with that. And after I worked a little bit in US, I came back to Turkey and found Jotform here, and they were looking for a person in marketing operations uh, field. And that was, I mean, I was always adapted. Like I was well adapted to a fast paced and a heavy workload type of situation for my undergrad. And
Mhm.
this was again similar situation because we were smaller back then, but our workload was still high. So like we were setting up newsletters to millions of users. We were setting up campaigns, and again, no room for errors right there because one little mistake, a million people will see it.
I'm sure
So
there are some stories in the early days.
that's a lot of stories in the early days, a lot of late nights.
Yeah.
So, but again, I'm grateful for all of them. Made me the person that I am today, and I was also lucky enough to go through different departments in
Mm.
the way because I started with the operational stuff, and then I moved to a more like digital marketing type. Again, it's all called digital marketing, but I focus more on the type of advertising, SEO,
Yeah.
SEO work, content work, and also like after that we started these partnerships, affiliate. But we have an affiliate partner program, solution partner program. We are looking for different types of channels to even sell Jotform further. Like
Yeah.
if there's a good fit. Now I'm more in a position that I get to talk with a lot of people. Get to know people, get to know our customers, trying to still find out the ICP for new channels because
Yeah.
we know our existing user base. We know our existing ICP for our normal plans, but I'm also looking for a thing that maybe never was discovered before in the time of Jotform. So we are doing mostly user research at this point, and also trying to. We are running the affiliate program, solution partner programs. By the way, they're both going great. Uh, anybody who'd like to, by the way, let me do a shameless plug here once more.
Let's
Anybody who
go.
would like to, I would like to join, more than welcome. If you think that you have the correct audience, and if you have enough link clicks, general website visits, or if you just think you can get the job done and come and start earning with us.
Yeah,
Uh,
nice.
so my journey was like that. So now I'm here, and I started as a more like a different job description. It has always like it was always under the umbrella of digital marketing and marketing in general. Get to meet with a lot of amazing people. Get to learn a lot from them. You know, crisis modes always. Make you a more like a grown up
Yeah.
after every single crisis. So it has been great, but generally I love right now what I'm doing. It is a good fit for me. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll go back to electrical engineering and blow up something. let's
Well,
not. Let's not do it.
yeah. Well, it's always good to when you build your house, you don't have to pay for the lecky. Then you've got your. You'll be okay. Um, oh, brilliant! So, I mean, that's really nice to know just that kind of journey, and obviously how much you feel ingrained with the Jotform as a business as well, and obviously that they make you feel wanted and loved, which is always a big thing.
Yeah,
Um, as a growing company, that's one of the hard things, right? So you go from 30, 40 to 500 plus people. How do you make
yeah,
them feel valued and things like that? So it's good to hear that from yourself there.
yeah,
So
for sure.
last piece, quickfire questions. They can be long form answers, right? But from highlights of Jotform, what's your favorite use case?
Good question. So I would say definitely the patient intake forms and how much they've done for the past 2 years for people to be able to get tested. Like not maybe the favorite feature itself,
Yeah.
but the outcome of it was wonderful because I was super sad and pissed about the entire uh, situation that was going on. It became my favorite. Before that, it was conditional logic.
Okay.
Play around with ifs and else's, and
Yeah.
because of my programmer background, I felt like I was back in the game. Obviously, very broad scheme of it, but that I would say right now it's thankfully it's gone away. Hopefully, but that helped a lot of people. For a fact I know that. So grateful for all my like all the things we've done, all my colleagues have worked for, all the healthcare personnel.
Mm,
Obviously, we've done nothing compared to them. So I would say that, yeah.
nice. Top tips for those getting started using online forms, and tips for seasoned pros
Yes.
trying to get the most out of
For
this.
the newcomers, definitely get your hands dirty. That's the way to go. For like doing anything, you will not be able to. You can read tons of pages of information. You can get lost in the help guide, but once you actually click on that create a new form button and start dragging and dropping form fields and
Well, there are 10,000 plus templates, right? So you got
10,000
somewhere to
plus
start.
templates.
Yeah.
I mean, just pick one. Just
Yeah.
pick one and start doing some integrations. Start using the conditional logic. Start setting up reminder emails or conditional emails. Go wild with it. I mean, there's no like because it's free and
Mm,
it's all the features are included. Just to do a gag form for your friends, collect some funny responses, do a survey, funny survey. It's always great to see. I mean, people to get the best out of Jotform once they receive some like an amount of submissions because before that they will not get the complete Jotform experience.
yeah.
You need to, I mean, that's what our tool does, that gets you information. So once you start seeing those submissions rolling out in your inbox, getting to those leads and making sense of that data, right? That's the most important thing, making sense of that data. Like
Mm,
what does that mean? Feedbacks. Then you will be able to enjoy Java the most. For the advanced users, I think you meant like the developer type of stuff, programmers, or is that what you mean? Or
So I would say for those that they might even be current Jotform users, right? But they've got one Jotform, they use it, they understand it, but
Yeah.
how do you excel? How can they be getting more from it?
Definitely by connecting the sub products.
Mm,
Like try to use report builder as well, use workflow, use approvals, use like create a mobile app. Even if you don't need it, you will see, maybe you'll see a connection there. And also, like, I have seen some really extreme job from use cases that they created these incredible approval flows, very intricate, incredible conditional logics, pages of forms, like 50 pages long form that has conditional logic inside and everything. So it always amazes me. So people, there are a lot of people who knows Jotform better than I do. That's for a
hmm
fact. And there will always be a new one who knows we will know Jotform even better than those guys,
Yeah.
because you'll discover new thing every single day. So even if you're advanced or a newbie, start creating forms and start using the other products. And also, if you are like in the developer type of case, like try to come up with new themes, new styles,
Mm.
new colors, new placements of form fields. Make it your own even
Make
further.
it your own and add it to the community, right? Because that just
Yeah.
then adds to the thriving
Yes.
template
Yep.
space. So, yeah. Okay. So I would say, I would say if you're getting started, just get started with a free template to start collecting data, which then allows you to make sense of data.
Yes.
And then for the season pro, I'll say stay curious and
Yeah.
try
If
try the different features and
if you type in Jotform blank whatever you're looking for, I'm 99% sure that you'll be able to find a support thread, a blog post, a YouTube
yeah,
video, an explanatory landing page, whatever. But I'm sure that's how I do it. I mean,
yeah,
I don't have all the answers when it comes to the Jotform use case. Whenever
yeah,
somebody asks me a question, I'll say, "Let me Google that for you." In a
yeah.
sense, uh, it's always helpful. Also, our support thread is always there. Our support personnel really good at what they're doing, step by step explanation, everything. Feel free to start a thread there as well.
That's good. Yeah, good shout out to all support teams out
Yeah, they're
there.
wonderful. They're doing an
um,
amazing job. Yeah.
so, oh man, thank you so much. That's been great. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Is there anything else in particular you'd like to cover off before we sign off?
I loved it. I loved chatting, and as I started speaking more about Jotform, I felt like I'm not going to uh, stop speaking. It's a good product. It's nice. It's getting better every day. So wonderful. Thank you for this opportunity to share our product and our Pipedrive integration and my shameless plugs along the way. It has been great for me. Thank you so much again.
No, so talk about those shameless plugs. Let's go through them again. So, yes, find Pipedrive on the find Jotform on the Pipedrive marketplace. Go to Jotform and sign up to the newsletter to get all the latest um, and greatest on there. Give it a try yourself. We'll have trial links. It is free to get started with
And
ten
again,
thousand plus templates. So
you write a Jotform and blank Pipedrive to Google, you'll be able to see all the tutorial pages and videos and everything too.
yeah, brilliant. So that's it for this week. If you enjoyed it as well, please consider liking, sharing, or sharing with a colleague of yours, and subscribing on any of the channels wherever you found this. It really does help. But that's it for this week, and yeah, until next time, see you later.